Now, as Reem said just earlier, at the Learning Planet, we believe intergenerational societies and the inclusion of youth actors and their voices is critical. And so we're now turning our LP Vision spotlight to a young lady who, as a learning influencer on TikTok, has global reach and is teaching thousands of people about the importance of media literacy and understanding the news. It's a pleasure to welcome Kelsey Russell, who's a student at Teachers College, Columbia University, where she's pursuing a master's in sociology and education. That is, when Kelsey is not being a media hottie on TikTok. Welcome to LP Vision, Kelsey.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Kelsey, it's fantastic to have you here. Now, I want to ask you, how did you come to be so passionate about media literacy? Passionate to the point where you're an advocate for it on TikTok, where you have thousands of followers and more than 5.2 million likes on your posts.
So I think I have always loved education. I come from a family of educators and entrepreneurs. And I was pretty much in the summer after my first year of my master's program, looking back, thinking, what did I actually learn? And I just wanted to know more about what was going on in the world. So I reverted back to something that was familiar to me when I was younger, which was reading the newspaper. I asked for it for my birthday, my 23rd birthday, for the physical copy of the New York Times. I decided to share what I was learning on TikTok, and it blew up. I've always been a big fan and a big promoter of curiosity, of critical thinking. So I decided, let me just take my audience on a journey of me learning and continuously asking why.
So fantastic. You started this journey, but I want to ask you, why did you choose a print newspaper, which in fact many of us would say is an incredibly outdated format of information, and then mix that with TikTok, which is a somewhat controversial social media platform? Why did you choose these two tools to teach media literacy?
That is a great question. So, similar to this festival, I believe in intergenerational learning, right? And I think the beautiful thing about a physical newspaper is, regardless of pretty much what age you are on this earth, you have some core memory of somebody reading a newspaper, somebody flipping through. You might see them every once in a while you pass by, or you still might be an avid reader. And TikTok is a platform that we know primarily Gen Z is using. So I thought it would be great to merge this version of physical print that might be more comfortable for older generations onto a platform that is very comfortable for younger generations. And also, I found that my mental health improved significantly when I would read physical print, because it's not okay to read a devastating news story on the same scroll as an Instagram, and then your friend is on a trip and your mom is texting you. It's simply too much for your brain to take in. So by reading physical print, you give yourself a moment in time where you decide, this is what I want to learn. I'm ready to engage with the news, and you can put it down when you're ready.
Certainly, and I think there's something also when we see these images, and image in print is sometimes easier for us to bring in than a very maybe traumatic or difficult image that we may see scrolling, as you say, just between other friends' videos. One of the things I think that's quite interesting about this is that, sort of TikTok can also be maybe demonized, but it can actually
Mhm.
be quite a powerful tool, just as you said, especially when it comes to intergenerational.
Absolutely, absolutely, right? I mean, social media is a problem. It's not good for us to be on the internet. I think we all know that it is a little more detrimental to our mental health. However, I'm a youth advocate, and I believe that a lot of the answers of what we want the future of education to look like, the future of our world, lies in the hands of young people, and a lot of them are on TikTok. So yes, it is a problem, but it's also a beautiful hub for solutions. You have young people that are getting on that app, yes, to do a little dancing, yes, to make a little vlog, but are also having really robust conversations about what is going on in the world. And a lot of them are telling another generation, this is what we want to see in education. This is what we want the future to be. And I think many people who might fear TikTok are missing out on an amazing opportunity to interact with young people and meet their desires.
Certainly, it is a place where we can see, hear, listen and learn about what youth need, want today. Talking about today, 2024 is one of the biggest election years. We have up to 46% of the planet's population is going to have the opportunity to vote in the next couple of months. And media literacy has a critical role to play in healthy democracy and empowering citizens and in civic actions. Are you hopeful for the future of these skills, for media literacy skills in schools and in society?
I am so hopeful. I actually have a classmate who is a teacher, and she gave me this beautiful quote that our job is to overestimate youth. So I think that if I ever got on a platform and said that I was negative about what the future would look like for education, it wouldn't even sit right in my soul. I actually have a huge hope for the future of media literacy. I think maybe a fallacy that we fall into is expecting teachers to be the ones to teach absolutely everything in the world when a teacher is a human being who is occupying a role and a job. It's up to outside organizations, it's up to families, it's up to friends to bring the discourse that students are having in school to life. Many things like this festival, many civic organizations. So I think that the future of media literacy is very strong, but it has to rest just not in the hands of teachers, but everybody who has a passion for education. So I have to say, I'm very hopeful for the youth in the future.
Indeed, it is all about the ecosystem, as you say, not just the teachers, but the families and also the media themselves. And in fact, a quick mention to a couple of the amazing projects that are out there for media literacy around the world. We have the Street Project in the UK, the Global Youth and News Media Prize, and there are many other groups and initiatives, pop-up newsrooms, great things happening around the globe. Now, you have already built up a huge global impact through the TikTok channel that you've built. Kelsey, what is it that you're working on now, and what are you building to take your media literacy message to the next level?
Sure. So as I said at the beginning, I do come from a family of entrepreneurs. So of course my parents like, are you going to build a business from this? I'm like, of course. So I do hope one day to own my own media conglomerate that follows my passion of education should be entertaining and entertainment should be educational. I also have a podcast that's in the works and on pause. I'm a believer if something doesn't feel right, you need to workshop it. So I'm hoping that that will come out or somehow come out in more of a live format. And I also like to tell my audience this will be my year of public speaking. And I'm so grateful that you all gave me this opportunity. You'll see me more at many panels and becoming hopefully the face of a promise of media literacy in an enlightened future for youth. So that is what people can expect from me. And of course, just being silly too every once in a while.
Fantastic. Well, you've already teased to us about your podcast, and we'll be keeping an eye on you as a media literacy ambassador, a global media literacy ambassador. Kelsey, how can people find you, find out what you're up to? Where can they connect with you?
Sure. People can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. All of my handles are the same, KELSCRUSS. It's supposed to be Kelsey Russ, but most people call it Kels Cress. So those are the platforms that I'm on the most, and that is where people can contact me.
Kelsey, it's been absolutely fantastic having you with us here on LP Vision. Thank you so much for joining us and for being a true architect for tomorrow for learning. Thank you, Kelsey.
Thank you for having me.
Take care.
Take care.